It is a beautiful morning from the fourth floor of Cocoa House, Dugbe, Ibadan. The station is 32 FM. The radio dial is 94.9. The program is the Podium, and the name is HEZEKIAH AKINRINDE. On the program this morning, there will be two segments. The first segment will be discussing the state of security in Oyo State and what should be the involvement of the community leaders. In 1987, from what I gathered, there was a law that established community development councils. They have a critical role to play in ensuring security and peace in their domains. The law was such that the CDC, as they were called, could have the power to identify criminal elements and apprehend them. They were empowered to also undertake intelligence gathering so that before crises would escalate, the authorities would be informed and such would be nipped in the bud. All right, a little correction there. The CDC was established in 1983, and then the Vigilante Group was recognized by the law in 1987. The Vigilante Group and the CDC were supposed to work together, hand in hand, to create a platform upon which the government can rely when crises are about to come. But what you have found in that is that in recent times, the influence of the CDC has been watered down. You see that it is no longer as strong, as vocal, and as influential as it used to be. The issue of the CDC has returned to the front burner since the recent crisis at the Shashak market, or let's say Shashak community, where the Yorubas and their Hausas were reported to have taken up arms against each other. On Thursday, or maybe it was on Wednesday, the Oyo State government called a meeting of stakeholders, predominantly the CDC members or CDC leaders and leaders of the Vigilante, amongst other stakeholders in the state, to find a local solution to the crisis that have engulfed the state in recent weeks. On the program this morning, I'm going to be having a conversation with the zonal chairman of Ibadan Ibarakpa CDC, Alhaji Oloyede. He came to the studio today with the leader of the Vigilante Group at Makbo. But the person who will be speaking to me is Alhaji Oloyede. He's the chairman, the zonal chairman of Ibadan Ibarakpa CDC. Alhaji Oloyede, you're welcome to the podium this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're not a young man.
But I'm young at heart.
You're young at heart,
yeah.
Yes. But in terms of years, you're a grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
You witnessed the days of the military.
Yeah.
Witness the days of the civilian.
Yeah.
Now, going by the recent experience we've had in Oyo State, what would you say is wrong with the security architecture?
There are many things that went wrong. Certainly, we were established in 1983. But 2014, the last administration abandoned the CDC. This CDC is Community Development Council. The Community Development Council was established with the landlord, landlady, and tenant association to be meeting at various wards monthly to start asking for what is their fed needs of the area. They will start it, and they will have the local government or the state government to complete the project. But 2014, we were abandoned up to now. Certainly, we are in charge of the vigilante because we know the look and corners of our area. But when we were abandoned, we have nothing to do. But we are happy. Last Wednesday, the SA to the governor on community relations, Olufemi Josiah, he did well bringing us together, the CDC and the vigilante group of Oyo State. When we met, we advised the government on the way forward. We are not happy with what is happening, but there's nothing we could do. But to us, it is the politicians that cause the problem.
In what sense?
Thank you. They encourage the area boys. Certainly, they encourage them. Maybe during their election campaign or any, they empower them also. They encourage them, they empower them. After the election, they abandon them. That was the root of the crisis.
How long have you been a member of the CDC?
I came in 1997.
As a zonal chairman?
As the secretary of the Vigilante Coordinating Committee of my local government, Ibadan Southeast, the number one local government in Nigeria. It was in 2004 I became the chairman of the CDC at my local government level. 2 years ago, I became the zonal chairman of Ibadan Barapa Zone.
But if the government in 2014 abandoned the CDC,
yeah,
how come that organization still continued to have leaders? What were you doing?
We are struggling. You know, there was an edit that monthly subvention must be paid to the CDC for the running round of the organization, for the smooth running of the organization.
Subvention from the government?
From the state government. It was approved by the Minister of Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters. That was 2006. That was 25,000 naira monthly. We started receiving it, going around, settling the boys. But in 2014, the last administration abandoned the payment of that subvention.
Why do you think the last administration did that? That was the administration of the late Senator Ajimobi.
Certainly.
Why did you think he did that? That was 3 years after he assumed office in his first term.
The reason is best known to him.
Because if he worked with you for 3 years, 2011 to 2014, there must have been a reason. Was the organization becoming political?
No.
Was it being used by opposition against the governor of the day?
Thank you. Let me spell it out. The Community Development Council is non-religious, non-political, non-ethnical. We were trained for that. And Ijebu may have a building in my local government. Even the Ijebu is the secretary of my CDC in my Southeast. He's from Ward 12. I'm from Ward 10. We are working together. The CDC spell it out, non-religious, non-political, non-ethnical. We are not in politics. But to achieve any government in power, we must follow any government in power. We were trained for that.
So you cannot say this was the exact reason Ajimobi abandoned the CDC?
I don't think so. Because we have the HLA, head of local administration, who are very conversant with the edit of the approval of the subvention, which they fail to implement as before. They usually give us a grant also, a yearly grant.
How much was the grant?
The last grant was about 2013. My own local government, Bana Southeast Mapova, was giving 520,000, which we spread to complete our ongoing projects.
What was your projects?
Primary health center, community hall, community primary school.
So it was not just about security. I mean, the role of the CDC was not just about security. It was also about ensuring there are basic amenities provided in the society, in the community.
But the amenity provided, there must be protection for it. With that, the community, the vigilante group of Oyo State came in 1987 to protect the life and property of the
community members.
We recruited the vigilante, the night guards. We pay them. We contribute monthly within our local level. But for the state level, they abandoned the vigilante group of Oyo State.
If the CDC had been active like before, or even before I ask that.
We are active. Up to now, we are very active.
Before I ask the question I actually wanted to ask now, what efforts were made between 2014 and 2021 to get the government to give the CDC the recognition that was due it?
Thank you very much. We pressurized the last administration to change his mind about abandoning the CDC. But when this new administration came in, he on his own, His Excellency, the People's Governor, Seyi Makinde, he invited us on his own that he is ready to parley with the CDC and vigilante group of Oyo State to form Amotekun. We were told 4 months when he came in. But we don't know what happened. We were abandoned.
After that meeting?
Yes, we were abandoned. When they want to inaugurate the Amotekun, we were not called. And in the bill of the Amotekun that was approved by the State House of Assembly, 3 representatives of the CDC Oyo State, 1 from each senatorial district, supposed to be the member that will recruit the Amotekun boys. But we were abandoned up to now.
And now they've come to you?
Yes, when things went wrong.
If the CDC had been as influential as it was supposed to be, let's assume the abandonment of 2014 did not happen, and you continued to be influential up to this point. How would the CDC have influenced, or what role would the CDC have played in ensuring that the scale of crisis we had recently in Oyo State did not escalate as it did?
If we were invited when they want to recruit Amotekun, we advise them. We will screen the people to be recruited.
But they were screened. Were they not screened?
Not by us, not by the community. We were not there. We were not invited to the screening, to everything. We were not invited. Only we have some members of the CDC who went online to say through, to be member of the Amotekun. For now, the Amotekun are yet to be empowered. They are yet to get good equipment. They need training and retraining. They were training at Oyo for 2 weeks. When you are going to be recruited as a policeman, they give them 6 months for training. Now, the Amotekun, they are helpless now. We have some boys with them. Nothing to face the hoodlums. That's the problem. We need to advise them if we were invited.
Now that you have been brought in, a meeting was held on Wednesday.
By the SA.
By the SA. If the SA has brought you in, then the governor has brought you in, because he cannot do that on his own. He's representing the interest of the governor.
That's true.
Now that you have been brought in by the SA to the governor, what would the CDC be doing?
We will advise them and show them our own sense of respect that we have for the vigilante.
So you also will be relying on the vigilante to get back to full force.
Certainly.
To ensure peace in the community.
Yes. For now, they recruited Amotekun, and we have some members of vigilante. They have to come together to work together for the security of Oyo State. They must come together. They cannot separate them that they will rely on Amotekun without bringing the vigilante group of Oyo State in. There are two vigilante groups, one from the north and one from Oyo State. They were gathered together to form Amotekun because you have vigilante group of Nigeria from Sokoto.
In Oyo State?
Yes, so members of Yoruba are members of that vigilante, but was established and formed in Sokoto. But we have Yoruba people that belong to them. They are also in Amotekun. And we have vigilante group for Oyo State also in Amotekun. So we have to advise them if they ask from us.
Is there a commitment now that the organization will be made properly active with the subvention being paid again?
They are not paying it at all.
I'm saying, is there a fresh commitment? You met with Honorable Femi Josiah.
Yes.
Did he make any commitment on behalf of the governor that the subvention will be reinstated?
He said so, but we are yet to.
But what was the main fallout of that meeting? That is exactly what I want to know. What were the critical decisions you reached? We saw a video, all right? We saw a 5-minute video, but what were the critical decisions you reached?
You know we are on the air now.
You don't want to tell us?
The advice...
There should be an information or some information that we can consume on air. Even if you have the classified ones, you don't want
Well, we
to
are
let
ready
out.
to work with the Amotekun leaders, the general. Then we come together with them. We give them advice.
Okay.
On the way forward to set, because we are not happy with the life and property of the Oyo State people.
Is it that?
Under threat.
Okay. Is it that the CDC now will be brought into the Amotekun structure
Yes.
as it should be from the start?
It was even in the
One from each senatorial zone.
district. Yes.
The district rather. Will now be brought into Amotekun to oversee the activities.
Yes, he said so, and let's hope so.
Okay. I'll take a commercial break. When I come back, I'll continue the conversation with Alhaji Oloyede. What we're trying to look at this morning is the Community Development Council and the state of security in Oyo State. What is the role of that council? Now, with the attempt by the government to bring them back into the mainstream of business, what will the CDC be doing? And how will these affect ensuring peace and calm in Oyo State? The Podium is live on 32 FM 94.9. I'll be back right after this commercial break.
FM 94.9.
aya mi àpèkẹ́ bó bá lè di òpin ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí á lọ rè bóògùn sínú sílé rẹ o. àló lòun náà kọ́ tí kan báyìí ó ti dà pọ̀ máwọn yòókù rẹ̀ onílé kólóbókólóbó.
ó sú mi o àfi ká sàmà báyàn sílé wọn ò tiẹ̀ ronú blọ́ọ̀kì kan àbí ká tiẹ̀ ralẹ̀ àbí ká kọ́lé àfàyè jíjẹ ìṣá.
mo máa fẹ́ fi surprise ẹni iléeṣẹ́ danabid homes and property wọ́n ti já mi tán tèmi náà sì ti ń tẹ̀lé bí nǹkan ti ṣe ń lọ láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà àwa náà kó lọ lé wa.
danabid homes and properties ló kórè dé ẹ wá ra lẹ́gẹ̀dọ̀ nílé lórí.
danabid homes and property àwọn náà ń talẹ̀ tó fi ní lọ́kànbalẹ̀ victory estate tó ń bẹ ní alábàtà mọ́yà ń bàdàn 650,000 ló ń ta favour estate tó ń bẹ ní àkùfólógún ẹrúwẹ̀ 700,000 ló ń ta ìyànàfà olódò area 400,000 naira ló ń ta lagun beside power city 350,000 naira ló ń ta látàrí promo tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ tí ó sì tán lópin oṣù yìí wọ́n wà ní prime time plaza ọba alẹ́sìn lọ́yẹ̀ phase 2 lójú ọ̀nà tó lọ sí free ìbàdàn 090 47 79 73 52 àti 081 88 41 81 37.
Yálùmọ̀ Bitters dé okun àtagbára tá a nílò láti máa ṣiṣẹ́ akọni bí Yálùmọ̀ Bitters bá ń bẹ lárọ̀ọ́wọ́tó mi kì í rẹ̀ mí o ẹ̀mí wọn naturalist care limited ló ṣe o.
Yálùmọ̀ Bitters ó yálùmọ̀ kàrà yálùmọ̀ gàrà ọ̀kasani tó ń gómọkùnrin kàkà bàjá ṣiṣẹ́ bí àrìrà lágọ̀ọ́ ara àkàmọ́yé gbòógì ni wọ́n fi ṣẹ̀dọ̀ Yálùmọ̀ Bitters tó ń fúnni lókun àtagbára tá a nílò láti máa fakọyọ ṣẹṣẹ akọni kọ́pá yìí ó náà tọ̀tọ̀ kára ó yá gágá Yálùmọ̀ Bitters ni o NAFDAC fóńtẹ̀lù iléeṣẹ́ mi one naturalist care limited ló ṣe ó wà nọ́mbà 17 ọba akínyẹlé street off adéogun aláàfin avenue olúyọ̀lé estate ring road ìbàdàn telephone 08052255073 àti 08034051533 Yálùmọ̀ Bitters ti wà ní chemist àti pharmacy stores lágbègbè rẹ̀ lójúmọ́ la lágbàtà ẹ̀ ń pọ̀ sí Yálùmọ̀ Bitters káì ó
ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n adéolú àkàndé ló ní kárántì o pé ọjọ́ kẹsàn-án oṣù tá a wà yìí ni ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ o yóò sì parí ní ọjọ́ kẹtàlélógún kárípa kópa níbẹ̀.
torí ìgbà táǹfààní rẹ̀ ó bá dé ká má bàa pàdánù rẹ̀.
Mami, ẹ kú lé.
Ìdùnnú òbí, ayé ò ní kọ̀hún rẹ.
Kí ló tún dé tẹ̀ tún lè nàró dáadáa?
Gbogbo ìgbàròkò àti ìbàdí lọ sórúnkún ní romi gọ́rọ́gọ́.
Ẹ gbà Proskin Balm ní ẹ fi wọ́.
Títa tàtẹ̀rà máa ń tàyàn náà ní nǹkan.
Proskin Balm kì í tàyàn o, ó tún wúlò fún kàtá àti òtútù. Àkànjí kí ló tún dé tí wọ́n tún tọ́ bá pò họra hùrùhùrù.
Bọ̀dá mi, mẹ́wàá ń ṣe mí, gbogbo ara mi ní kòkòrò ti bò tán.
Ó yá gbà Proskin Cream tó wúlò fún gbogbo kòkòrò ara bíi èélá, jomijomi, èsísí orí, ìbòtán kí o fi pa.
Iṣẹ́ Proskin Balm yìí máa dá pọ̀, gbogbo ara mi ló ti tò tán.
Proskin Cream náà dáa gan, níbo la ti lè ríra náà?
Àwọn ọjà Proskin wà káàkiri chemist àti àwọn ilé ìtajà. Orí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ lè kó wá sí rèé 080-999-17530 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 080-999-17530. Proskin ọ̀nà àbáyọ.
Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ nípasẹ̀ ìròyìn BBC ní Yorùbá nítorí kí o tó lè tayọ o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n. Ní ìmísí pẹ̀lú àwọn oríṣiríṣi ìròyìn láti ibi àti káàkiri àgbáyé. Nígbà tí o bá ní ìmọ̀ nípa ohun tó ń lọ ní àgbáyé, o lè ṣe ohunkóhun. Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ. Wá BBC News Yorùbá kàn.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Engineer, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Yes sir. Adigun, òun náà rèé o. Ṣé wọn náà rí pé ọkọ̀ jẹ́ ara dáradára? Ilé la kọ́ lọ́dà bíi paradíṣe. Ọ̀pọ̀ gidi gan. Nígbà tá a bá sì fi rí bí ọ̀sẹ̀ mélòó kan sí ìsìn. Èmi kíní ó ti kó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín tẹ́nàntì.
Àyìndé la ní ń wò lòdò nílẹ̀ débi tọ́wọ́ akọ́rùlé tọ́wọ́ àyàmì sírú agbègbè tó yáàyè báyìí.
Wọ́n má bí ẹni jẹ́ ń kó ẹ̀sán. A máa ṣe pé ń ṣàlàyé fún ọlọ́dún tó kọjá ni. Pé gbajúgbajà ilé-iṣẹ́ alára àgbà yìí dání. Design Bricks Homes and Property. Ní ilé-iṣẹ́ tí ń talẹ̀ lọ́nà rọrùn. Ń bí mo já ọ sí pé ní Design Bricks Homes and Property. Wọ́n gbà kí èèyàn máa sanwó lẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí 5,000 sókè. Wọ́n ń fún èèyàn ní búlọ̀kù àti sẹ́mọ́ǹtì téèyàn fi kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ foundation náà. Kódà tó fi mọ́ red copy survey lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Torí ẹ̀ mo fi ní kí wọ́n ní ọmọ náà gẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dún 2021 yìí. Àǹfààní promo lóníranran àti pabambari ti free roofing. Ìyẹn bíbá ni kan lé ẹni lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Ìgbà ọ̀tún ló dé yìí. Ìwọ náà tètè kàn sí wọn láti alẹ̀ tiẹ̀ láwọn estate wọn tó wà ní Ìbàdàn, Abẹ́òkúta, Ṣàgámù, Mòwe àti Níjẹ̀bú. Ìwọ ṣá ti pè wọ́n sórí aago wọn 090-393-75110.
Wo jẹ́ǹdé Design Bricks báyìí. Èmi náà fẹ́ báyé jókòó parí lálọ́ọ̀dù.
Adigun, àjọsọ àtàdéhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mo
If you're just joining this morning, the program is The Podium on 32 FM 94.9. And I am speaking with Alhaji Oluyede, who is the zonal chairman of Ibadan Ibarakpa Community Development Council. Let me remind you that you can watch us live on YouTube at 32FM 949 Ibadan, at 32FM 949 Ibadan. And when it is about 9 a.m., I'll also be engaging the member of the media committee of the APC registration exercise in Oyo State. That's Honorable Fatai Adeshokon. I'm going to be engaging him. We'll be discussing the state of security in Oyo State, and of course, the ongoing registration exercise in the All Progressives Congress. So I want you to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Alhaji Oloyede, Oyo State, at this moment, I want to know your opinion as a community leader.
Yeah.
It has been said that Oyo State has not been engulfed in this much crisis that it has been in 2 years, like 8 years ago. Put simply, or simply put, Oyo State was peaceful between 2011 and 2019. But from 2019 to this time, the state has moved from one crisis, security crisis, to another. Do community leaders share the same opinion?
Your opinion is untrue.
It's untrue?
It's untrue.
On what grounds?
For the past 5 years, there is unrest in Oyo State. Certainly to us now, it seems this administration inherited the crisis of
the crisis from the last administration.
Yes, is extending.
But they insist, political commentators insist that during the days of the late Ajimobi as governor, Oyo State was peaceful. And that the coming of Seyi Makinde has messed the security of the state up.
That's untrue.
Because he's unable to handle Oyo State.
That's untrue.
And you are a community leader.
Yes, that's untrue. We are within the grassroots. It's untrue. Because before the last administration, we don't hear anything about 1 million boys. It was during that last administration. 1 million boys. They are our children. We know them. It was during that time everything started wrong. But the only thing I can say now is the local government chairman. The last administration local government chairman, they cooperated with their governor on security. Certainly. But these people there now, they are not ready to.
The ones appointed by Seyi Makinde as caretaker chairman.
All the chairmen, they hate us. They don't want to see the CDC or vigilante.
What did you do to them?
We don't know. They will say we are caretaker. Nothing to give to the vigilante. Nothing to give to the CDC. We are caretaker. We were not financed. And that's untrue to us.
They indict the governor that the governor does not finance them.
We don't know.
That's what they say, right? That's what they tell you, that they are not financed by anybody.
They say they are caretakers.
So there's nothing they can do for the CDC.
Because they're supposed to, before the governor, they are very close to the community and vigilante. They're supposed to know where the boys are. If we tell them, they're supposed to know what to do about them. They did nothing. For example, we have a Amotekun now. To fuel the vehicle that Seyi gave to Amotekun is very difficult for the local government chairman. But some are doing it, about 3. We have 68 of them. 33 local government and 35 SCDA. We can only recommend about 5 that are doing fine.
Out of 68?
Yes. Yes.
Who are those 5?
Ido
local government.
Fashola
LCDA.
Then Ibadan Southwest.
Local government.
That's Akande. From Oyo. Also, just a few of them.
So just about 3 in Ibadan.
Just say 5.
That's all. In Ibadan, 3 in Ibadan.
Just say 5
and 2 from the other areas.
5. Just say 5 from Oyo State.
So you do.
They are not helping the community. You go to them, you take vigilante to them. They will say, "Okay, we will see you. We will see you."
The phone lines are buzzing. Alhaji, I want listeners, to engage you also. And to pitch in their thoughts. 090-62,949. The question, the phone number to call 090-62,949, and then 080-97,949. 080-97,949. and 090-62,949. Let me go slow. 080-97,949 and 090-62,949. 62,949. So let's engage on this issue of the CDC and the state government.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Inolaji Akilo is my name.
Inolaji Akilo, you're welcome to the program.
Well, I just want to commend our leaders in the studio with you.
Amen.
The most pathetic thing is that the caretaker chairman, maybe due to lack of experience in terms of leadership, and those fights that you pinpointed, if you check the antecedent, they are they've had one political office holder or the before. So, but we are using this medium to appeal to our darling governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde. We don't play politics with security of life and property. The result of populist governance, populist style of government, is what is generating to all this insecurity, gangsterism, legalism, which happens to be order of the day now. So we are using this medium. Even if the governor is not financially capable in financing the security architecture, there is a way of killing mosquito without using sledgehammer. Not that sit-down look approach, whereby you keep saying most of the corporates, the talks being arrested by Amateku, whereby the so-called appointee will be the one soliciting for them. If the governor happens to be a Mr. No-nonsense man, or no appointee will even try to eat or try to plead on behalf of any illegalism whatsoever. Most time when you talk, at least with the talk, things will change. So we are using this medium to appeal to our governor. Suspend all these garages, illegal garages you are building up and down. Put more money into security. Most of the cars they are buying for the police and the like, they are unable to fuel it as well. And with the help of CDC, you are the major, like the propeller of security architecture in Oyo State. Let them do the needful. Stop all these didactic futuristic projects they are embarking on. May God guide them right. Inolaji Akilo is my name.
All right, thank you, Akinloye Inolaji. Nice talking to you this morning. 090622949 and 08097,949. There's a comment on Facebook, on YouTube. Temidayo Baye Shola says, good morning, guys. Okay. Well, Baba is not guy, so Baba, are you guy?
Manage me like that.
We should manage you as guy. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Baba guy always. Okay, I'm going to come back to that message. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think the first thing you must take note of is when you're calling the station, you need to move away from your radio set, or you turn down the volume or turn it off completely. Temidayo Baye Shola says, to be honest, let's stop laying blames on the last government. Stop doing a terrible political bias. Okay, I guess that's for Baba, not me. If I were the current government, I need to... Okay, that statement is not clear now. So it's so terrible to hear this. Makinde needs to look into this. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Ademola Abodu is my name.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Akere.
Nice to have you here. Please go ahead.
Baba, you are alone.
Amen.
But you are people. Let our governor know we have know that community is real and give us desert. But let him know where we are. Because we have no office. We have no ministry. Where we are. Tell our governor to put ministry.
Thank you.
Or create us our ministry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I get that. A ministry for CDC. Well, Baba, you wanted to say something to that?
Before, in 1983, we were under the Ministry of Local Government. Their name then was Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. Suddenly, we were transferred to the Ministry of Women Affairs, where we are not relevant.
Women Affairs?
Yeah,
for community development?
Yeah.
When was the transfer done? What year was that?
think about 1980. I think 89.
Amazing. I mean, do Nigeria have thinking leaders? How do you move community development from local government
to women affairs and community development?
Amazing.
But recently now, we were removed again from that Minister of Women Affairs to nowhere. Up to now.
You're not under any ministry?
Nowhere. We are floating. That is why I said we were abandoned. But the people's governor said he needs us. We wrote a series of letters to the office of the governor. No reply. Unless when SA came in just now to be our rescue. Near Josia.
Okay, there's a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Kolawole.
Where are you calling from?
From Ibadan.
Okay, Kolawole, please go ahead.
First, I have one question I want to ask the people there. Ever since I came to Oyo State about 3 to 4 years ago, and every house I have lived, I paid 100 naira every month. That is 1,200 per year. But when you are still talking about funding for the vigilante, that's what I'm trying to say, for the community, for security, the money this money, where is it going to? What are you doing with all this? Because in my own house here, it means we are about 12 that we are living, because it's upstairs. We are living, it's story building rather. So I want to ask, we pay almost every month 1,500 naira. So where is this money going to? Why is this money not enough to pay, to provide security for us? We still have problem. And I think this is not the only one, that I've been living in one place. I've lived almost 3 places ever since I've come to this state. So what is going on? I want to know, sir. Thank you.
Baba, the question is for you. Okay, thank you.
We used to recruit night guard for ourselves. When we are contributing 100 naira, that time we are recruiting night guards of 9,000 every month. But now they've increased it to 30,000 monthly. At a local level, we recruit a vigilante night guard. That's what's happening in our own area. But I don't know your area where you are paying 1,500 naira monthly. In my own area, it is 500 naira. And we are paying 15,000, 20,000 monthly for our night guards. Just for our own area only. So thank you.
All right. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Hussein Abdulsalam.
Okay, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
I just want to tell the Baba at the program there that, please, I want you to be very realistic. Please, for goodness sake. You see, the government is not doing the right thing. Like, take for instance, the local government. The local government, they are aware that these community development councils are very close to the grassroots. They know what the common people, the commoners need in that their environment. And now, what is now happening that the local government chairman will not even pay attention to the community. That's number one. And number two, Baba should tell us what is happening to his own local government, to his own personal local government, because the chairman, the zonal chairman, what is happening to his own local government, let people know. And if the governor of Oyo State cannot handle the caretaker chairman, why will he give them the automatic ticket again? Let them try the new head, the new brain. Let him try him. Let him try them. So that things will go on in this country, in this state. We are seeing already the corruption. If they cannot handle things properly, we will still go back to square one. Please, Baba should always try as much as possible to tell us the truth, what is happening in that place, please.
All right, thank you very much. That was passionate. Okay, we'll take one more call.
He's referring to my own local government.
Yes, he's saying what is happening in your local government.
That's the number one local government in Nigeria.
Ibadan Southeast.
The Southeast.
What makes you number one? Is it the economy? Is it the size? No. Or the year of creation?
When the colonial masters came in, They train many people.
Yeah.
The first president of this country was trained in Mapu.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, Baba.
Anthony Enahoro was also trained.
Okay, you.
Okay,
Baba. You want to brag about your local government?
That's number one.
So he said, "What is happening in your own local government?" I suspect he is from your local government, and that is why he's asking that question.
It's a terrible question, because
you want to give him a terrible answer.
I have to.
Go ahead.
In my own local government, we embraced the chairman when he came in, because the CDC were the Community Development Council were the owner of the.
You are the landlords.
Yeah, the landlords. When he came in, we embraced him, but he did two things. Palliative in Oyo State, when the government came in the first batch of palliative.
Yeah.
That chairman gave us 40 for my CDC. The second one, he gave us 50 for my CDC. But the other local government throughout the state, they give members of the CDC nothing. That I'm referring to 30 local government of our state. But now, the local government chairman said they are not fully financed. In that, after the election, he will change his attitude to us.
That is the pastor, I've forgotten his name now.
Iman Alawode.
Yeah, Pastor Emmanuel Alawode.
Yeah. He promised that he will do better after the election. But I'm asking him now, it's better you do something before the election so that people will embrace you. This is why I said the local government chairman, they are not helping our governor. They are not helping our governor. I have to say that boldly. Because they don't support the grassroots. God cannot do anything.
Hello?
Good morning.
You're calling back, sir.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Well, fine. Please, I don't want to call the attention of Ostroman or the trailer that is 40 in front of Islamic, almost in front of Islamic High School, Basharu, which can cause accident. Presently, as we speak now, there's a bike man that mistakenly, due to the way they normally oversee, they all the partial accident now. So we are using this with the team of public authority. Probably they will sanction the trailer or they are going to throw the trailer at the end. Then pertaining to this local government, from my own observation, little experience by conversation with that area need special attention because when we're talking about these local government, they need having special attention. One of the hottest spots in Ibadan in terms of prone to violent area. So the chairman local government or the caretaker chairman, I'm using this medium to appeal to our darling governor. None of the caretaker chairman deserve automatic tickets to contest for the re-election. Let them go to open.
All right.
Check their scorecard so far. For my own performance, all of them, they
change my mind.
Okay, that's a very strong one. I hope they don't come after you.
We would love to hear that from you, my brother.
Thank you, Inolaji Akiloye. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
It's nice.
32 FM.
Yes, it is. It's nice to hear the voice of a woman.
Nice speaking to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Olaniwaju. Yeah, I want to just chip in some few things.
Please go ahead.
Apart from the CDC, there's what we used to know as the CBO. I used to be an activist. And the CBOs are like family, where we see to the needs of the communities and, their needs driven, their, requests. And when all of these are failed, especially in...
Olaniwaju, are you there?
Àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ni pé àwa tí a jẹ́ àgbà ní àwùjọ ní agbègbè tí a wà àwọn nǹkan tí ó yẹ ká ṣe ó ti sọnù nítorí pé like in my community I'm also from the southeast local government area. The politicians have already they hijack all the programs. I used to be a matron even in my community and I was an activist and the thing was really going well and there was peace all over. And all of a sudden, when the politicians came, I'm talking about as far back as 2012 and all of that, not just now. Because this thing is cumulative. What that journey. So when you bottle up something, it must come out somewhere. If it was that day, la one region. Ó dẹ̀ nílò pé kí ìjọba pàápàá jùlọ àwa ènìyàn ní ìjọba yẹn o láti àwùjọ tí a wà ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bójútó kí kó tó di pé apá wo tẹ̀ ní kan mọ́ rárá torí pé nígbà tí àwọn politician tí wọ́n já wọn kìíní ìgbà àwọn ọ̀dọ́ yẹn rò pé ó ti rosy nísìn torí owó tí wọ́n fún wọn owó yẹn dà nísìn àwa tá a jẹ́ aṣáájú nígbà yẹn gbogbo wa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa láti fi àyè bí ojúṣe wa sílẹ̀ fẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó wá ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣẹlẹ̀ kí nǹkan kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn bí bàbá ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan gbogbo wa la mọ́ra wà láti bẹ̀ láti mọ́ gbé lọ síwájú ìjọba àti pé ìjọba gan wọn ò ní kan ṣe wọ́n fi àwọn tẹ́ wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọn ò kójú òṣùwọ̀n wọ́n fi wọ́n sí orí àlééfà àwọn tẹ́nu wọn ò ní ká àwọn tó yẹ pé ìfẹ́ tí wọ́n ni wọ́n fẹ́ kàn lọ ṣe wọ́n lè máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí àkókò wa torí náà ṣe rí gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyí ìjọba tó wà lórí àlééfà nísìnyí wọ́n láti bá the CDCs and the CBOs we have community-based organizations that are the grassroots wọ́n láti bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ ká tó lè kó gbogbo jẹjẹrẹ ó ti di jẹjẹrẹ ká tó lè kálẹ̀.
Thank you, Olarewaju. So nice to hear from you. Although I mean, you spoke in Yoruba. All right, it's okay. You made the program bilingual this morning. I'm going to make a promise to the listeners today. Alhaji Oluyede has indicted a very critical discussion on the program, talking about the caretaker chairman of the local government areas and LCDAs in Oyo State. So I can tell you that right from the time we finish the program today, we're going to make an attempt to get the relevant chairman around Ojo, Shasha, about the southeast, and some other violence-prone areas in Oyo State to come on the program and discuss. I agree with you that if the local government administration fails, then there will be crisis. And, sometimes you wish you were not the host of the program. You wish you were also an analyst or a guest so that you could say some things you have in mind. But I can assure you we will make an attempt. Hopefully they will come because a lot of them run away from having discussions. They don't want to have engagements.
Because they are not doing fine.
They don't want to have engagement. So luckily, the elections are coming. Local government elections will hold in May. And a lot of them will want to come out to talk.
And to them, local government election has no weight than 2023. But I'm appealing to His Excellency to bring the CDC, the vigilante, and local government chairmen together in one place, just sit face to face
for a discussion.
Yes, to hand us over to them, so that they will know that they are serving the governor at the local level. They are on their own.
Those guys are becoming,
because they came in through the His Excellency.
They are becoming powerful.
Yeah, more than the
they are becoming powerful. Hello, good morning.
They don't recognize us.
Good morning.
When they see us, they're furious with us.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
Hussein Abdulsalam is still calling.
I didn't get that.
Hussein Abdulsalam is still calling, still on the line.
Okay. Hussein Abdulsalam, okay.
Yes, I heard about the 25,000 naira that Baba said last time. Even the 25,000 naira is too small for the project in that community. 25,000 naira, and it's a shame on the local government chairman that they cannot even pay the 25,000 naira. It's not a shame to them.
I need to get this. Hold on, Hussein, please hold on. I need to get this, Baba, because maybe I missed that. Because when you talk about money, I seem to have hearing issues. Now, are you saying that the local government is supposed to give the CDC 25,000 naira monthly
subvention,
and that is what
and they fail to,
and that's what the caretaker chairman said he cannot afford to give you.
Yes, for my local government, he gave us 3 months. The other side 4 months.
For 2 years,
and almost a year.
You're talking about
this recently.
Alawode?
Yes. He gave 3, 4.
I'm even thinking they will be saying 200,000 naira. The project they are building for a primary center. Even adult staff have heard that they cannot even give them the adult staff. It's a shame. It's a shame. I think it's shameful to them.
When they want to employ adult staff, they won't invite us.
I will not tell you the truth there. I've been very used to the South African government. But I will not tell you this. Honestly. Okay. I must confess to you.
Okay, Hussein, now I get your anger, and actually I share that emotion right now. If we're talking about 25,000 naira, not $25,000, not 25,000 rands, not 25,000 pounds. I mean,
they've been paying us since 2020.
It is what.
And not only that one, there are problems. So the potholes on the road, they want to kill it, they can kill it. And all the problems in the community area, is 25,000 they will be able to handle it. Oh my God, please, it's a shame on them.
Who's saying?
Saying that they are I forgot something.
Okay, go ahead.
Saying that is the political party that they can even take responsibility to.
Yeah.
That yes, they must respect the community, the political party, more than the community in their development areas. This is very, very bad. We are aware that these community people, they are very close to the grassroots. If the governor wants to succeed in this government, they must pay attention. The government must he himself must pay attention to who? To the community. Because this is the community, the grassroots, it is the constitution of Nigeria. It is the constitution. I don't know what is after. I don't get it right. It is very, very bad. Honestly, it doesn't sound good that they are paying attention to the political party. They think some of them will empower people. They will empower people in their local government. The people to give the community, it's a very bad thing for them to give the community. I'm telling you, even that we did work in the community, in the local government last time. We shared eight freezer, 8 generator, and 4 all those in 8. And he was giving the community 10,000 naira. Which 10,000 naira? What would 10,000 naira do?
Okay, Hussein, so that we can proceed with the program this morning. I made a promise earlier, and I'm going to make that promise to you also, because I love the fact that you are agitated, and I tell you, I share that emotion at the moment. We're going to make an attempt to reach Honorable Emmanuel Alaude. No, don't worry, Hussein. Do not worry. You see, now we are not to judge what is the truth. The listeners will judge what is the truth. We're going to make an attempt to bring him on the program next Saturday. We'll make an attempt to also get 1 or 2 other local government chairmen. We
watch television. Some are telling 200, 300.
Don't worry. Hussein. Okay, Hussein, take a cup of water, all right? Do not worry. You just stay tuned next Saturday. We'll try to bring them. If they do not come, we're going to report back to the people that we invited them. They're supposed to be accountable to you.
We don't want them again.
Don't worry. I'm sure the governor will get the message himself that the people he has appointed to act on his behalf at the local government levels are disappointed.
They don't support His Excellency at all.
Honestly. We are suffering.
And I can assure you of one thing, Hussein. Some critical stakeholders in government are listening to this program. I'm sure they will get this feedback.
Cannot help you. Change them. Think of what for you to use there. Are you getting money from there?
Okay, Hussein, I have to let you go this morning. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the passion that you've shown this morning. Alhaji Oloyede, I think you have stoked the fire of discussion at that level.
It's true.
Okay, I'll take one more call.
He's supposed to be a member of my local government.
Hello,
okay, good morning. One more call and there we go. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Abiodun from Apete. I think maybe you didn't hear what the man was saying clearly. That is the Baba that is here. The man said that they stopped paying them in 2014.
Yes.
That is what I had. The person that called has sympathy for APC because I don't know why he's shouting.
No. Hold on, Abiodun. You know, I'm coming, Abiodun. Abiodun, please hold on. Now, I'm coming. Hold on. It is my responsibility to regulate this discussion. He didn't have sympathy for APC. Let me explain what Baba said. Baba said 2014 was the last time that the government related with them officially. And that was the last time they got, hold on please, that was the last time they got subvention from the state government.
That's true.
Now, the local government is supposed to also give the CDC within the local government a monthly allowance, so to say. Now, he said the present one in Southeast gave them for the first 3 months, right?
Yes,
and then another 4 months. And then he stopped. Whenever they went to him subsequently,
in August.
He told them that he didn't have money, 25,000 naira. And that was their anger, okay, of Hussein. His anger was focused on that.
I get you, sir. I get it clearly. Then also on Elijah Akilo, he's not a member of PDP, so you shouldn't advise the governor not to give an automatic ticket. He's an APC man. He should fix the problem in his party and allow our party to take decision.
Okay, you are a PDP. You are a PDP man. Okay, Beyonce, thank you very much. Now I get that a political angle because a political angle is coming. Yes, you are not.
We are not.
I mean, well, it is
we
okay.
Are the community leaders.
If the people are saying the governor has to reassess the way he runs and the people he has around him, I think it's the decision of the governor to take. Why did you Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Kola from Okebado.
I didn't get that.
My name is Kola from Okebado.
Kola, okay, Kola, good morning. You're welcome to the podium.
Thank you. First, this time, I don't even understand why we have this argument in the first place. First, the governor is supposed to give us a caretaker chairman. That chairman constitutional. Whenever there is a trade between the people and the people who are supposed to control them, this is what will happen. You will see them behaving badly. If the people have been the one who elected this chairman, they will have been responsible
to the people.
The reason why they are doing, just imagine, 25,000 naira project.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
25,000 naira.
It's not even enough to fuel my generator in 2 weeks.
I can't believe that this is what is. And the question is, please, we need to understand, you people in the media, you need to expose these people. This local government area. How much, if you look at the last time I checked, the money that the federal government, the allocation that goes to local government from Nigeria, they get about 30-something percent, 20%, 20-something percent, around 100, more than 150 billion naira every month. That's what they used to get. And if you check, you discover that this money, where is it going? At least a local government is supposed to have a budget of 100 million naira every month. So where is this money actually going? The one that comes to your state. At least every month, we know that around 4 billion naira goes to local government. It's budgeted for local government every month. We have 32 local governments. How are they sharing this money? And what? Just for my own area, I can't see what my local government is doing. I don't see running water. I don't see anything. The primary healthcare is being done by the state government. So what exactly is it? And this is the people that are supposed to be doing the development people, the Baba over there. They are not giving them money to do their work. Just imagine. And when people are saying, we need restructuring, we need this, and we need to tell them that it is not the problem is not the structure, the problem is not the system. The problem is we don't make use of our system. We have law. I've never in my life, I've never heard about this about office in my life. And it's written in the constitution that we should have this office and they should have responsibilities, and we don't get what they do. But it is not the system that is faulty. It is the people who manage, and you people in the media, you have to educate the public about all these issues and expose those people, especially where is this money going to? 4 billion naira every month is going to the local government in your state, and we don't see anything.
We're going to get there. I assure you, Biodun, did I get that name right? Now, I assure you that next week we're going to have a very serious and straightforward conversation with the local government chairman. In fact, we'll make an attempt to get the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government Affairs and for local government and chieftaincy matters in Oyo State. That's Honorable Bayo Lawal. We'll make an attempt to get him into the studios. We are not going to let go of this. The commitment we made on the podium to people is that this is not just another platform to speak grammar. This is not just another platform to pontificate. Here, we are going to discuss the issues and we are going to have firm commitment to see solutions on ground. That's what the podium is about. Alajo Lady, you want to say it? Yes. I'll allow you to say so. I release you to go.
On subvention, what are we using that subvention for? We travel to the 30 local states on rotational meetings to rub minds together. We go to Kishi, Secretary, Tede, like that, with that 25,000. If it is not enough, we add from our own pension rights. We add more.
And you are a pensioner.
Yeah, certainly.
I mean, not like you have a truckload of money.
And I retired 33 years ago. You know, my pension is minimal.
And you are taking on a responsibility as huge as this. And the local government chairman.
My children are always supporting me.
And the local government chairman is unable to give you 25,000.
They are unable. They don't want to see us at all.
We are going to have a conversation.
They don't want to see us. We ask them to increase 25 to 50. They say, we are not yet paying you 25. Why are you asking for 50?
It's a shameless system, really, because
they inherited it.
How much is 25,000 in dollars? How much is 25,000 in dollars?
They inherited it, but they don't change at all. But our people's governor, we must speak our mind.
And some of them will give their girlfriends more than 25,000.
More than that.
For a night of patronage. We are going to have the conversation. They can't run away from it. One thing is this, I have said it again and again, until the people decide and are ready to take their leaders to task and demand accountability from them, we are not going to get out of the dark woods that we are in. On the podium, the conversation has just begun, because next week we will beam our searchlight on local governments in Oyo State and how they are indeed helping the people to feel the impact of governance. I want to thank Alhaji Oloyede, the zonal chairman of Ibadan Ibarakpa CDC, for coming, and of course the head of the vigilante group in Mako, who is here as an observer, Mr.
Bajero.
Mr. Gbajero. Ajay is in that name.
Gbajero.
Mr. Ajay. Can I call Mr. Ajay? Mr. Gbajero, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Baba, Agbanya Dale. Eni kuni kiakia. Eni bango naja warawara. Thank you. Thank you for coming today. Have a nice weekend. The podium is returning in less than 1 minute. Honorable Fatai Adeshoko, a member of the media committee of the APC registration exercise in Oyo State, is here with me. We will discuss security and we will discuss what is happening in the APC, the registration, and the politicians they are poaching from other parties. Are we turning Nigeria into a one-party state, or are the other parties just asleep? The podium is still live. Don't go anywhere.
Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mo Hanijalani mo Kalize Wemaye wemodo Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mo Hanijalani mo Kalize Mayengakala Pasafasa Pelisizo Sinyama Iwasafa Isizo Sabatu Alamula Hanijalani Kalize Wemaye wemodo
All right, thank you for staying with me on the program this morning. I have with me he's a public analyst, I call him an APC goon, and is a member of the media committee of the APC registration exercise, Honorable Fatai Adeshoko. Honorable Fatai, you're welcome to the podium this morning.
Good morning, my brother. Thanks for having me. Good morning, Nigerians and Oyo State at large.
Let's talk about security. Let's start from that point. How do you rate the state of security in Oyo State?
Sad one indeed. Without being exaggerated, it's not something to welcome the turn of events, and I'm not on this platform, the podium, to condemn, but to wake up our consciousness. It helps no one when we are living in fear. Unfortunately, we just have to be alive with our realities. State of security in your states. I said it like 6-7 weeks ago. I have a brother and a boy, Jasope, disagreed with me. I told him that if care is not taken, if the governor, His Excellency, our governor, Seyi Makinde, is now coming of being complacent, Oyo State will now be turning to, is now becoming more of a banana republic. Ojasope was telling me that no, being a PDP person, he was looking from that angle that being an APC man, I'm just trying to cast aspersion on the governor. But I told him clearly that the way things that we be in government, I was involved and I saw trends of things. That if a governor, if a leader is now coming up being complacent, things will turn the way we don't want it. You see, we are talking about being proactive. We are not saying the governor should carry gun and go to Shasha or go to Barapa. No. I mean, I'm a leader in my room. I'm a husband, I'm a father. It's not every time I have money in my pocket or in my account. But I have to look elsewhere. Borrow, solicit, for me to fulfill my obligation. Because that's my obligation. I cannot be giving an excuse to my kids, my wife, my landlord. I have to pay rent. I have to go out. So those are the things we are talking about. You see, those who cannot bear the heat of the kitchen should get out of the kitchen. Public service is not excuse arena. And some people will quickly say, what Buhari is doing in Abuja? If Buhari is found wanting in Abuja, you see, I do tell people, my own politician is not a normal politician. I'm a patriot. I have conscience. I have families. I'm not living in the UK. I was born here. I'm from son of the soil. So I want better lot for my society. And it affects me. When APC is not doing fine, I will say it. Just for my people in government to adjust. And if Governor Makinde is found wanting, we should tell him, not condemn him, but to wake up his consciousness. He's our governor. He owes our mandate.
I think if it is worth it, I should let the listeners know, because before I am accused of bringing an APC person to discuss security without a PDP counterpart, we reached out to some PDP persons, and the only one who responded to us was Rotimi Ojasope, whom he mentioned. I wanted them to have a discussion in the studios. Unfortunately, Rotimi Ojasope could not make it to the studios today. I reached out to the publicity secretary of the PDP to also give me either he would come or send somebody, but that message was not replied. So the truth is, we made an attempt. Now, because I know that balance and fairness are very critical cardinal points for us. We tried, but we didn't get them. So I'll try to play the devil's advocate as much as I can. No. Now, people have not stopped comparing what it was in the days of Ajimobi with what it is now. Honorable Fatai, in all sincerity, would you say that the time of Ajimobi was more peaceful than this?
Of course. It's obvious realities.
On what grounds?
In many grounds. When Ajimobi came on there as governor of Oyo State, he had many challenges that he met on ground, particularly the menace of NURTW. And you see, there is no crime-free society. If USA could suffer the attack of September 11, the World Trade Center was bombed. And what are we now talking about? But what we are saying is engagement and proactiveness of the person at the helm of affairs. I mean, the governor.
How was Ajimobi proactive?
Ajimobi inaugurated, and Bayo Adelabu Penkelemesi was the chairman of Oyo State Security Trust Fund. Not only that, he actually institutionalized Educational Trust Fund, chaired by former Nigerian Minister of
We're not talking about education.
I'm just telling you.
No, don't toss me a red herring. Don't toss me a red herring.
I'm just telling you about how.
Focus on security.
Of course.
Focus on. So he inaugurated a security trust fund.
Yes. And they swung into actions.
Okay.
And some of the project they did was being recommissioned by His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde when he came on board.
Was Oyo State truly peaceful in the time of Ajimobi?
Yes, I will give you one. Number one, there was no bank robbery in the entire 8 years of Ajimobi. Number two, there was this menace of 1 million boys. The offshoots of people that were sent away from Lagos. The Awawa boys in Agege. I'm an Agege boy. But Ajimobi went back to the area and relaunched Operation Burst. My Egbon, former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Bayojo, he was the Commissioner of Justice. In 2011, Governor Ajimobi of blessed memory, Jannatul Firdaus, wrote to the presidency. The PDP was in the villa. They granted us Operation Burst. It was initiative of Ajimobi, Operation Burst, you are saying, just to combat crime. And Ajimobi even faced the menace of the URTW. Unfortunately, we lost souls of students from Ahmadu Bello University coming from OOU, transiting Ibadan back to Zaria. And he told one of our Baba in Ibadan land, Egbon, now. You can't go back to garage and be the URTW chairman. That tells you how firm he was. And fortunately, let me remind you, before Ajimobi died, they met at Ilaji Farms. Just a few months after we lost the election and Namakinde His Excellency was inaugurated. He said, where you need to close up your eyes, you have to close up your eyes. You have to be firm, or your state.
Now,
so what we are saying is,
talking about 1 million boys.
Yes,
it was during Makinde's administration that the leader of the 1 million boys was killed.
It was the era.
Ajimobi's government did not totally clean out the 1 million boys.
He was sent off from Ibadan land. When we had Osama bin Laden, look at when Osama bin Laden attacked America. Look at when it was government of Obama bin Laden, the SEAL, that killed Obama bin Laden. That Ajimobi did not kill 1 million boys leader. It was a process.
The 1 million boys still continued to go on rampage in Ibadan.
I said something earlier on.
Should I give you a timeline of violence I have here?
I said to you earlier on that there's no crime-free society. What we are saying, an attempt by the authority in place to checkmate this menace.
It's a situation
I gave you a narrative of Adeshokon, as a husband, as a father. If I'm not buoyant, if I'm not financially boastful, is it I solicit or borrow just the family to keep on going? In other words, what I'm saying is, we've not been seeing this proactiveness in His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, and some of us, like somebody that come from Akpete, some unknown to many people. I personally, as Adeshokon, an APC member, an APC apologist, I cherish and admire Governor Makinde for the way he pursued his gubernatorial ambition, and he got it. We were defeated, even though he took advantage of divisions, tendencies, and rankings in our party.
Just like you took advantage in 2011.
Of course, and the arena is now.
And 2015 also.
And the arena is now very much open to turn our side, because things are not rosy in PDP. And Makinde is feeling the heat. He's under fire in his party. And sometimes there are certain lame allegations by the publicists of the PDP that APC are behind. Look at our party members, our critical stakeholders. Is it Bayo Adelabu?
Who are your critical stakeholders?
We are talking about
Adebayo Alawakala.
Of course.
Whose government was very notable for violence.
Whose government, Adebayo Alawakala, explains the best teacher. Akala had a trouble in his own party.
What trouble was that?
Political trouble with Teslim Folarin and the likes. The same way, the same route Makinde is treading.
Which was settled with violence?
Of course, that was what PDP was known for. And when he came back to APC,
he's reformed. He's reformed.
He's reformed.
Is that the lie you tell yourself in the APC?
My brother,
Teslim Folarin is reformed.
Everybody, you see, if I'm on the podium,
I'm coming. Teslim Folarin is reformed.
All of us. Adeshoko is reformed.
Adebayo Alawakala is reformed.
Adeshoko is reformed.
When Femi Fani-Kayode joins your party eventually, he will be reformed.
You see, Rotimi
Amechi is reformed.
Let me tell you the simple truth.
Ganduje is also reformed.
He's not being tried in any court. Let me be sincere with you. You see, on a lighter note, that was on a lighter note. To be sincere with you, talking about while Akala was in government, he made some deliberate political mistakes that he is now a better. I was with him 2 days ago, and he is one-on-one at our party secretariats. We had a meeting of our committee, the standing committee of technical committee, and with Babawa Akinoke. And what we were talking about, he took us memory lane. He told us, explain is the best teacher in government. Alawakala. If anybody is hearing me, Lawo Bisheson was there, Akoga Akim was there, Kehinde Olaosebi become former CPS to Governor Lamadesino. So of essence to me is we are talking about security, we are talking about government. If Governor Makinde would do himself a favor, it's number one, is for him to be magnanimous. You can't be fighting with him. it will be affecting governance.
Who are those he's fighting?
His party members.
Are you a member of the PDP?
I will know I'm a politician.
How do you know?
I will know. You see, I'm a politician. I'm a member of APC.
And politicians lie.
You see, not all of us.
Lying is a trade that politicians learn if they must excel.
Not all of us.
And then you begin to create false theories.
You off camera, you've known me for a while.
I know you as Fatai Adeshoko.
Yes, Fatai Adeshoko.
As a politician, I cannot predict you.
You cannot predict me, but as a politician, I have conscience. I'm a Muslim.
Everybody says
I shall die someday.
Everybody says they do.
And I will be under the grave. Kullu nafsin za'iqatul mauti. That's what Quran says. And if that is at the back of your mind, you actually be conscious of your dealings. If I borrow from you, I have to pay back. And I will not lie against my fellow. I'm an APC member. I'm from Bayo Adelabu. I'm from Professor Ado Oluwakande. I'm from Joseph Tegbe Omoluabi. I'm from Akim Agbaje of the Agbaje family in Ayeye. And for everybody, our gubernatorial aspirants, I don't have a kind of what I want because I know we have galaxy of stars.
Are you trying to chip this in so that you don't run into trouble? I suspect you're running into trouble with some stakeholders.
Not at all. I've written an article, Galaxy of Stars. We are like Galacticos, the Real Madrid, where we had Luis Figo, Zinedine Zidane, we had Delima. So what we are saying in essence
is that what you call yourself now?
Yeah, we are Galacticos. You see, we just in March, bring out Bayo Adelabu, a former deputy governor of CBN, Professor Ado Oluwakande. He had been with Atiku Abubakar in the villa for 8 years.
You're throwing you're throwing a lot of things at me.
Yes.
We need to stay at a point.
Yeah.
Because I have a question for everything you raise.
Of course, I know you.
All right, but I do not want to be drawn around. That trick you're trying to play will not work. You can't drag me around. Let's go back to security.
Of course.
We will come back to your party because we will discuss your party. What? Now, your party has criticized Seyi Makinde.
Yes. Even as a person.
They called him a failure.
Of course.
That is the verdict.
Yes.
What do you think he should have done concerning this security crisis?
As Adeshokon and as a member of our party, I think we owe your state a duty to help His Excellency Governor Makinde. Unfortunately, his publicists are not helping matters. I would advise Governor Makinde on this podium to rejig his communication strategy. Is very, very poor. Governance or engagement with the populace is not about press releases. Some of the press releases that come from Taiwa Disa, his CPS secretary, he put the governor more into trouble. You see, that's what they call engagement. I will write a letter as I leave the studio to the governor. If he can actually oblige me of seeing him. He has lots of things. Before we actually get our mandate back from him, he has the mandate of 2 more years. And we don't want us to run into trouble. Because I have to sound like a patriot here. I'm not happy. I was coming from my hometown, Shaki, on Friday. I nearly ran into trouble at Shasha. I was driving from Monia, approaching Shasha. So somebody, a good Samaritan, just whispered at me at that police station that don't go through Old Road, Link Express. Because Shasha was still boiling. I never knew. I was in Shaki since Wednesday. Immediately I left Ibadan for APC registration exercise. I was in Igbo. I was the former Minister of Communication in Shaki. I went to Dibo joined in Igbo. I came back to Ibadan Friday. And an incident occurred at Shasha on Thursday. It was not the handiwork of the governor, but we are talking about proactiveness of the governor.
What should he have done?
He ought to have actually swung into actions. I saw a Motekun van and police van on Friday evening at 9 p.m. at Ojo in front of the Bond police station. I saw a score of Hausa seeking refuge at a mosque near Matrix filling station. I saw soldiers manning them. At the other lane of the road, you see trailers parked way back to Ologun Express. So what we are saying, an incident occurred on Thursday, on Friday, and Saturday. My governor, His Excellency, could not be found until on Sunday in company of Governor of Ondo State. And something, you see, there are certain things, what I call, one year or any local. And this incident will not occur in my family. If as I'm in the studio, if I have a text from my wife, I will respond. I'm in the studio, I'm live on air. Over 500,000 people are listening, watching. So you have to be proactive. Because immediately my wife text coming, or my family member, or a fellow, I have to react once I read. If something I can attend to later, if something is immediate.
Is it just about the governor visiting the venue of the incident?
For the governor to have actually ensured that those that are walking around him, I painted a picture earlier on. The governor is under fire within his own party. The deputy governor with the governor, they are not on good terms. Quote me anyway. The deputy governor should have been in person, the best person to be in charge with Fatai Owosheni to be sent over and monitor occurrence at Shasha.
Are you saying there are people within the governor's party that are sabotaging his efforts?
The governor should know better.
Are they setting him up?
Oh, he should know. He should know if he's in charge.
Is the APC behind this?
Why would us be behind this?
Because you benefit from the fall of Seyi Makinde.
Seyi Makinde should not allow us. You understand? Because he's the governor.
So you have a right to make an attempt.
Of course.
To sabotage his government.
No, we are not on security.
That's what you're saying.
Not on security.
On anything. Anything that will help you to score
let me lay this before you. Is it Bayo Adelabu that has 5-star hotels scattered across? Is it Senator Teslim Folani and Oloye in Olubadan in council? Is it
who said himself that there were 2 traps laid for Seyi Makinde?
That's political statement.
No, you cannot take it on the face
That's
value.
A political statement.
It could go deeper.
No.
Politicians have said words and things have happened.
People are beginning to twist what His Excellency, our leader, former Governor Lawakala, said at Ogumosho when he was registered that we are going to chase Seyi Makinde before AP is going to take over before 2023 election. Before 2023. May 2023.
Because Akala has a profile for supporting violence.
I think I will disagree.
Because the years of Akala as governor in Oyo State were years of violence.
That was when Akala was 57
Even your own
years,
late party leader
years.
said it.
That was when the elections were going on, the campaigns. And you will not expect me as Adeshoko to be, during the campaigns, to be eulogizing opposition member. And unfortunately, incidents of PDP brought us to where we are. Incidents of 2007, 2008, especially 2004, when Baba Adewolu Ladoja had a running battle with his political godfather, our Baba, Ali Ibi Adedibu, and Oyo State was turned to theater of war. And that was what, you see, nobody know it all. But we must give kudos to whom is deemed to. Ajimobi Abiola Omagboluwaje, may his soul rest in perfect peace. So that's a class for him. He left Oyo State better than he met it. He actually cleared the rot of the PDP era when he came on board. The menace of Magbabere Kojao. Yesterday evening, I was just praying to God because I was late at night outside from Felele, Pythagoras, Ijarere. I was passing through. In fact, I cannot explain what I saw.
You don't think that Providence played a role in helping Ajimobi? The death of Adedibu. Could Ajimobi have stood up to Adedibu?
But Providence.
I asked a question.
Adedibu is no longer alive.
That's why I said Providence played a role in helping.
Is the governor, His Excellency.
That's why I said, don't you think Providence helped Ajimobi? God was on his side.
I wouldn't think so because Ajimobi is a human resource manager. He grew through the ranks at the National Oil. He knows how to manage people, and those are the reasons we are telling our people that if we are talking about governance, it's beyond paying salary, it's beyond populist agenda, it's beyond struggling to be popular. I don't need to struggle to people who I can speak English.
Somebody who defeated you by 150,000 votes is struggling to be popular.
That is where you go again. We were defeated not because Seyi Makinde was popular.
It doesn't matter.
We lost election to tendencies in our party.
He defeated
you. Admitted. We were patrons.
He defeated you.
Ajimobi told
Despite
us.
The coalition between Adebayo and Lawakala at the last minute and the APC, he still defeated your party.
It was with the help of Adewolu Rashid Ladoja.
It doesn't matter. He defeated your party. Did he defeat your party?
We were defeated.
Do you say such a man is struggling to be popular?
Of course, because it was amalgamation of political interest.
Just like you had an amalgamation, didn't you?
When people came to our party,
Adebayo and Lawakala.
Lawakala was with us.
He wasn't with you.
He was agreed.
It was at the die minute.
Not die minute.
He left.
Nothing like die minute in politics.
He left.
In fact.
At the die minute. He left. At the die minute. An eminent personality moved from Abuja in a private plane to meet with Akala. Akala confirmed it. And he said he was actually giving money to support the APC.
money is not. You cannot be see. Alawakala is not a pauper.
Did he say it or not?
Giving money.
Did you hear him?
Everybody spend money as logistics for elections. Sheyi Makinde spend billions. We spend billions for elections.
Do you say that kind of man is struggling to be popular?
Of course.
Or your party is struggling to make him unpopular?
Our party had issues. I must admit, we had issues.
You still have issues?
Every political party must have issues.
I'll be back in a moment. Commercial break. We'll continue.
32 FM 94.9.
ìyá ṣínà kí ló dé tó rojú kókó náà ṣé bí gbogbo ètò ti tò.
gbogbo ètò ti tò ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ event hall tá a máa lò ní ò tí ì yanjú járe mọ́mí sọ pé hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì táwọn èèyàn àwọn máa dé sí kó gbọ́dọ̀ jìnnà sí event hall.
ṣèbí mi kàn ń wú ẹran láti jọ ẹni nígbà tó decide láti máa dá nǹkan ẹ̀ ṣe káníwọ̀ sọ fún mi láti lẹ̀ ní Lafia Halls and Apartments ó ti parí iṣẹ́.
Lafia Halls and Apartments. We accommodate you and your events.
Boko ọba jìnnà ẹ̀ lákì kò Lafia Halls and Apartments ògbókangí gbọ̀ngàn ayẹyẹ ìgbàlódé tẹ́ ẹ ti mọ̀ bí ẹni mowó ti gbáwọ̀ tuntun wọ̀. Lafia Halls and Apartments ti wá kó ń tàná pẹ̀lú oríṣiríṣi àmúyẹ ìgbàlódé fún èyíkéyìí ayẹyẹ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe. Bákan náà ni àwọn apartment wa láti book fún iye ọjọ́ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lò ń bẹ̀. Oorun ayọ̀ lẹ máa sùn láìsí wàhálà. Facilities lónìrànràn fún ìgbádùn yín. Main hall wa gba 2,000 fún theatre arrangement 1,500 fún banquet arrangement. Hausa ní Ganiya Fiji. Lafia Halls and Apartments wà ní Abẹ́òkúta road Àpáta Ìbàdàn. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 070-8759-5867.
Daddy Shina.
Yes dear.
Ó yá ẹja máa lọ sí Lafia Halls báyìí.
Agbára ó yá yí ọwọ́ padà.
Ẹ̀rọ wìtìwìtì ẹsẹ̀ gírígírí. Ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Thursday láago 9 òwúrọ̀. Ní new garage tí wọ́n ń wa mọ́tò tó lọ sí ìdí ayò rẹ̀. Gas Clinic Solution Mountain. Nínú pàdé agbára yẹn ni wọ́n ń lọ. Power must change hand. Agbára gbọ́dọ̀ yí ọwọ́ padà. Ọlọ́run wòlíì obìnrin gbẹ́mi Sọ́lá Ibrahim. Ó fẹ́ gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ alágbára tó ń yọ ayé rẹ̀ lẹ́nu. Lọ́jọ́ Thursday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. Olórí ogun ayé rẹ̀ máa ṣubú lulẹ̀ nínú àdúrà. Àwọn àṣàmọ́gbé ogun máa fẹsẹ̀ fẹ́. Lábẹ́ ìfàmì òròyìn àgbà wòlíì máa jẹ́mu àti àwọn olórí ẹ̀mí tí wọ́n máa pẹ̀lú Prọfẹ̀tà Gbẹ́mi Sọ́lá Ibrahim JP ṣiṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́. Mega Clinic Solution Mountain. Kátó dé ìdí ayùn rẹ̀ police station. Circular Road Junction ní ìdí ayùn rẹ̀. Kí gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń bọ̀. Wọ́n omi kẹ̀kẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Pẹ̀lú yanrin ilẹ̀. Fọ́nà lọ́wọ́ àdúrà. 080-55-16-4104. Ní Thursday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí agbára máa yí ọwọ́ padà. Ọ̀nà àbáyọ rẹ̀ máa là lórúkọ Jésù.
Babstop Homes and Properties ń kí yín kú ọdún tuntun. Ẹ wá ralẹ̀ kẹ́ kọ́lé tuntun. New Year mega promo ń lọ lọ́wọ́ o.
Babstop Homes and Properties. Lọ́dún yìí ó máa ralẹ̀ ó máa kọ́lé. Torí pé Babstop ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ New Year mega promo. Káì. Ó lọ lọ́wọ́ báyìí o. Ilẹ̀ wa wà ní Legacy Park níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìdó lọ́nà Èrúwà. 500,000 naira ní plọ̀tì kan. Ìkan tó wà ní Freedom City phase 1. Tó wà ní First Terminal Bridge. Ní Railway Mọ́níyà. 1 million naira ní. Phase 2 wà ní Ajibode extension. Odojúkọ Railway line 500,000 naira ní o. Ètò wà ní Deeper Life Lábàodò. Ọ̀yọ́ Express Road 500,000 naira ní o. Sanwó ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kan kó gba standing fan lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Pẹ̀lú instant allocation. Wọ́n 50,000 naira péré lóní máa bọ̀ kó do nílẹ̀. Ayé san díẹ̀díẹ̀ ń bẹ. Ọ́fíìsì Babstop Homes and Properties wà ní 195 opposite inú Òkè Táyọ̀ Plaza. Along Awolowo Way Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn. Telephone 081-3065-6499. Àní sẹ́lọ̀dún yìí. Ìwọ náà rálẹ̀ kó do nílẹ̀ lórí o.
Ǹjẹ́ o ti gbọ́ nípa ilé-iṣẹ́ kan àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó ń ta ojúlówó àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé bíi photocopy machine, DI printer machine, laptop àti desktop computer system lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan lówó tí ò ga jara lọ. Ilé-iṣẹ́ The Shigo Multiventures ni mo pè rí yẹn. Nílé-iṣẹ́ The Shigo Multiventures, àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá wa gbogbo yànrántí wọ́n sì dángájá láti jẹ́ gbogbo èyíkéyìí iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ fi ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ là ń ṣe ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fẹ́nikẹ́ni tó bá fẹ́ nímọ̀ nípa àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá ìyẹn computer training. Olú-ilé-iṣẹ́ The Shigo Multiventures wà ní 78/80 UI Ọjọ́ Road Second Gate UI Ìbàdàn. Ẹ̀ka ilé-iṣẹ́ wa mìíràn tún wà ní Shop A15 FCE Ventures Federal College of Education Abẹ́òkúta nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Ẹ̀lú wà ní 0803-437-4638 0803-437-4638.
àtótó arére o ilé ẹ̀kọ́ Federal School of Statistics Ìbàdàn campus ló ń ṣètò ìgbaniwọlé fún sáà ètò ẹ̀kọ́ 2021-2022 sí ìpele national diploma àti higher national diploma fún àwọn ìlànà ẹ̀kọ́ bíi statistics, computer science, business administration àti accountancy. Sáà ètò ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́dún méjì yìí ló wà fún full time àti part time. Láti wá wọlé fún national diploma akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ ní ó kéré tán 5 credit passes ní O level tó ní English àti mathematics nínú. Tí àwọn tó bá fẹ́ wọlé fún higher national diploma gbọ́dọ̀ ní 5 credit passes ní O level àti ó kéré tán lower credit ní relevant national diploma program. Fọ́ọ̀mù ìgbaniwọlé ti ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ Federal School of Statistics tó wà ní Ajibode Ṣàṣà Road lẹ́yìn Naisa Ṣàṣà Ọjọ́ Ìbàdàn. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ máa pe 080-2353-8477 tàbí 070-3651-6563. Olùkéde Registrar Federal School of Statistics Ìbàdàn Campus.
Kọ́lá. Ó máa mi. Lọ mú àpò rẹ́bí tí bílíṣì àìpò méjì fún mi. Máa mi méjì báwo. Torí pé màá fi kan rẹ àwọn aṣọ funfun yìí màá fi kan tó kùn pa gbogbo kòkòrò. ṣùgbọ́n èmi ò rí kòkòrò bíbá ẹ̀ máa mi. wo wọ́n kéré débi pé o ò lè fojú rí wọn ṣùgbọ́n wá ìdí nìyẹn tọkàn mi fi balẹ̀ lórí bílíṣì àìpò láti pa wọ́n pátápátá.
jẹ́ káṣọ funfun rẹ funfun sí i kí lè rẹ́ sì bọ́ lọ́wọ́ kòkòrò àìfojúrí tí ń fa àìsàn. agbára àfọ̀mọ́ tó wà nínú bílíṣì àìpò yóò pa gbogbo kòkòrò àìfojúrí pátápátá.
ibi ọ̀ká bá ń gbé lóúnjẹ ọ̀ká bá ibi àpótí bá wà nídìí wá bá bó bá ń bá wọn dásà yìí ó kàn wà lójú kan lásán bí omi adágún ni ẹni ò bá mọ bí ẹgbẹ́ ìgbé ńlá ó kàn sáré kú ni ìwọ náà jí má lẹ bọ́dì mọ́lẹ̀ Ovest dé orísun ajé àwọn tó já sí Ovest.
Ovest is a government-registered investment platform with big interests in forex, agriculture, transport, real estate, among others.
bó bá fẹ́ máa kàwó ní àkàkàtàn nírọ̀rùn tọ Ovest lọ fún àwọn ètò ìdókòwò tí yóò rọ̀ lọ́rùn ìwọ sáà ti béèrè fún àwọn ètò ìdókòwò tí ó máa pa wọlé láàrin ọjọ́ márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n sí ọgbọ̀n ọjọ́ tàbí ètò tá a pè ní compound interest package tí ó máa sun èrè gọbẹ bí omi nàláì kò já dáná túmọ̀ béèyàn bára rọ kò lè rò ó tọ̀ o fi owó rẹ ṣòwò kó o rán owó níṣẹ́.
For more inquiries call 070-3840-6891 or visit on ovest.ng at ovestng across all social media platforms. Ovest is located at number 1 Majaro Street, Ajibade bus stop, Mokola, Ibadan.
Ovest máa ronú bíi tálíkà ṣèbí olówó.
All right, because my time is almost, is fast spent, not almost, and it's almost exhausted. Let's talk about the APC registration.
Okay.
For those joining us right now, Honorable Fatah Adeshoko, a member of the APC Media Committee for the ongoing registration exercise, is here. You can watch us live on YouTube at 32FM 949 Ibadan. How is the registration exercise going?
Good one. And we have been overwhelmed to surprise of many of us. The available funds were oversubscribed. As I speak to you, without being immodest, 24 million funds are being printed. And
in Nigeria?
Yes, and it cost us 11 days to go to come back to Oyo State, our own Oyo State, like in Shaki, in Egbeti, in Ibadan. In fact, AKINRINDE, especially Egbeda Oluyole, we have thousands of people that are willing to revalidate their membership, that are willing to join the party, that there are no forms available. We told them to be putting their names down in the larger book at the ward ESCO and the unit level, so that by the time the forms come, because in APC now, you cannot register by proxy, that's number one. Number two, the data, the form, cannot be printed by any of the local government chapter or state chapter. It's being printed all the way from Abuja, and it's going to be in our national data. So if we are having 1,000 members in Oyo State, that is what will be to be in the data in Abuja. So it's not as if gone are the days where we had this manual whatever that
could be manipulated.
Yes, I will just do photocopy of forms, give to somebody in Ghana, give somebody underage and what. No. Those are our nascent democracy is now evolving, and charity begins at home. Is a good idea. By the time we want to go for our primaries, either direct primary, we know already numbers of members of the party, or delegate primary. So Adeshoko, it will actually provoke internal democracy, and it will charge most of our aspirants that somebody will not sit down somewhere in Shaki or in Ogbomosho, or because you are an incumbent senator or House of Rep member or House of Assembly member, Adesokan will not challenge and defeat you.
Or somebody will just be in central bank and then, like, few months to the election, he resigns and then comes in and picks up the ticket.
You see, on that note, you see.
I just said that.
Yes.
You know,
I just want to lay much emphasis on in Nigeria today, within the Nigerian political context, we have so many underneath members of political parties that are public office holder. I have somebody, I will not mention his name. He has funded us in the last couple of 2 weeks. He was even asked, what do you want? What are you aspiring for? Nothing. He has spent millions of naira. I don't want to mention his name. He's a contractor. You understand? So I'm just, there are so many people that are underneath members of you. Look at Raymond Dokpesi. He has been a member of PDP and nobody knew. He owns the AIT, Ray Power, and what have you.
Let's go back to the registration exercise.
And we are telling our members, teaming members, that they know they should keep calm, that the forms are still coming because they are actually been losing out interest at what is happening. No, we are not shutting our doors.
But when is the exercise ending?
It's supposed to have ended by 23rd, but it will be extended.
Till when?
We've not been briefed. It's going to be extended because we cannot fulfill all the righteousness for now.
Do you have an idea of the total number of
so far
people that have registered in Oyo State?
In Oyo State, for political reasons, and there are certain data I will not be able to relay.
Are you not going to make the figure public?
For now, you see,
you should flaunt the figures. If you've got it, you should flaunt it.
My brother, in politics, that's what they call strategy. And we have to be very strategic in our thinking, in our modus operandi. The opposition parties are pursuing us, they are watching us. On this program, apart from our teaming listeners, there are particular critical stakeholders of the PDP. They listen more to APC. If you're a genuine politician, you watch your opponent, you watch your opposition. And I can confirm to you, I know what my phone is telling me now. People of opposition, I don't want them to ambush us in our strategy. And I'm involved. I'm an inner caucus in APC. There are certain things I will not be able to reveal on air for strategic reasons because we are going to defeat Engineer Seyi Makinde.
Who is the leader of the APC in Oyo State now?
I'm talking about leaders of APC. It's been overemphasized.
Don't dance around it.
Who
is the leader of the APC?
Let me tell you this.
Because this is a question that should be answered in 2-3 seconds. If you're dancing around it, it does mean there's a problem.
There is no problem. You see, as opposition.
Who is the leader of the APC?
See, let me tell you. Let me confess to you.
Who is the leader of the APC?
You see, in progressive family, there are traditions, there are conventions. That's the background I wanted to lay. Obafemi Awolowo, Adekunle Ajasin, Bola Ige, Ibrahim Adesanya.
You came with a trick, Honorable Fatai.
I'm just telling you.
Who is the leader of the APC in Oyo State?
I'm just telling you a background. I will not.
Let's just go straight to it.
I will not answer
by
that.
Convention, who is your leader?
I will not answer that directly.
Okay, by convention, who is your leader?
By convention, if you are looking at our leaders, we have leaders across all board.
By tradition, who is your leader?
I know what some of you are planting our party. And we've said
who are the some of you?
It's the creation of the media. That maybe nobody is fighting Alawa Akala. Nobody is fighting Tesla Folarin. Nobody is fighting Bayo Adelabu. Let me tell you the truth. For the first time, we all sat together. I'm from Shaki, you know. I'm from the same ward with former Minister of Communication, Adebayo Shitu. He's like a father to me. We don't talk. I was with him on Thursday. We spent 2 hours together. Just for you to know,
was he at the stakeholders meeting?
Of course, he was there on Monday.
Is he queuing behind Akala now?
Not queuing behind. Those are the creations that you people come and foment trouble with our party.
Somebody has to be the arrowhead.
You see, not arrowhead. What we are saying in essence is this is collegiate leadership. And Alawa Akala having privilege to be a former governor, the only former governor in the party. You cannot expect Benga Daniel just joining APC to be just like ordinary member like Adesokan in Ogun State APC. He had been a governor, and that's the privilege Alawa Akala will be enjoying and will continue to be enjoying. But we are talking about a leader, we have collegiate leadership. And Alawa Akala enjoyed that singular privilege of being the only former governor, followed by the former deputy governors that we have in our party.
So Alawa Akala is the de facto leader of the APC in Oyo State.
I will give back to you that don't let us foment trouble in our party. Without the political understanding in our party, Alawa Akala is in good stead with Baba Akinrinde. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, We were together. Baba Kyoke sat, Alawakala sat, I sat, just on Thursday, 11 a.m. at Okeado Park Secretariat. So Alawakala, we don't have any problem with him. He's a father to all, and he's for Adelabu, it's for everybody. You see, our common goal, we learned from our past mistake that it was terrible distinction between us, among us, that cost us Agodi government house. And we are taking back our party, our government, inshallah, gospel.
What is the position of Lanley in your family, in your political party now?
Part of what I'm telling you, that
it's part of the collegiate of leaders.
Of course, Lanley has always been. He's not a stranger to us. He's never a ghost. He was one of us. He was part of us.
Before you chased him out?
He was not chased out.
He was frustrated out.
Not frustration.
He was played out.
Politics is all about interest. I'm speaking with you today. Let me confess to you.
You could be in the PDP tomorrow.
Of course. You see, flexibility, politics within the Nigerian political context is not rigid. It's not rigid.
And that is where I want to go next. The movement across the two major political parties, the APC prides itself as the party of progressives.
Of course, we are.
The PDP is called the party of conservatives.
Yes.
How does a conservative become a progressive overnight? How does a progressive become a conservative overnight?
The platform.
Or is it not just a problem of the fact that Nigerian politicians lack ideologies?
My brother,
when you call me your brother, you want to trick me.
I don't know. It's also, we are brothers. And you've been a brother. You are a very objective person.
The ideology.
There is I must confess to you, this is off politics. I'm talking as a Nigerian now. There is a thin line. There is now a thin line between political dichotomy between the conservative and the progressive within Nigerian political context.
For selfish reasons?
Of course, you can say that.
It is not about the people.
It is about the people.
It is not about ideology.
As far as Adeshoko is concerned, I can only speak for Adeshoko. I'm not spokesperson for Teslim Folarin. I'm not for Bayo Adelabu. I'm not for Joseph Tegbe. I can only speak for myself. And the mandate given to us as a member of Oyo State APC Media for the registration exercise. So, in honesty, there's now a thin line. If Ebenezer Babatokwe, who was director of organization of UPN at the age of 34 in 1978, has now become a staunch member of PDP since 1998. So, who is more progressive than Ebino Topsy? So, those are the things Yemi Farombi.
Is it not a betrayal of ideology?
Of course.
You don't see that in the advanced world very often. People moving from progressive to conservatives and conservatives to progressive.
America had so bad than us when they began their political democracy as well. You will recall that first American president that was assassinated, Abraham Lincoln, J.F. Kennedy.
But they had very little to learn from. We have so much to learn from, and we're not learning.
But at least we are growing. We are growing. In 1999, it was so easier to rig election. Now, to rig election, you have to think twice. Your wife will not even allow you to do so. But at this juncture, I must own up to you that our party is very organized. We are looking forward ahead of our Congress coming up in June. And not one thing.
Yeah.
In our party, I can speak for our party now, that we are wishing His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde all the best. But heaven helps those who help themselves. He should look inward and stop the infighting in his party. He should concentrate on governance, and he should be more proactive and stop being complacent.
080.
He should stop all those.
08097,949 and 09062,949. 08097,949. 09062,949. Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor.
Thank you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Terry Brown from here in Ibadan.
Okay, 1 minute. Let's go.
Yes, Pastor, with all humility, I must say, you've done the service, in quote now, to some of your listeners this morning, including my very good self.
What did I do?
By bringing only Mr. Adeshoko on the
okay, Mr. Taye, wait. I said it earlier. Maybe you were not listening then.
Hold on. I have 1 minute.
No, I'm coming. Don't worry. I won't take this out of your time. I just need to clarify. I reached out to the publicity secretary of the PDP. Please hold on.
Yes, then you would have cancelled that program because we look every Wednesday, listen to Adeshoko on Fresh FM. You will know. It's the advice.
Well, you know, Mr. Tonye. Now, you see, it's not very easy to cancel a discussion. Mr. Fatai Adeshoko confirmed availability. He cancelled some other events to be here. And then for whatever is peculiar, for whatever is peculiar to the PDP.
Pastor,
okay.
He doesn't have a balancing view. I have known him for just one-sided view. It's advice to
and that's why I've been trying to balance it. That's why I've been playing the devil's advocate.
Mr. Toye, hold your peace. It's not possible I belong to your...
I've been around for a while.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Toye.
What Adeshoko is saying now, if you say it to Ajimobi, you will understand what I'm talking about. Let me be candid with you. I'm not a politician. I'm a public affairs analyst. The leadership of Governor Makinde, Engineer Makinde, is second to none. When he's talking, it's not about paying salary. It's not about paying salary. We were all here. We saw how people suffer there. Shops were destroyed. People, without building, we saw the kind of. Yes, I gave it to him at the beginning. He was able to, the road network. But after that, how is Adeshoko with APC going to defeat in Ibadan? It can't happen. We're here because the people of Ibadan, your state, are happy. Listen, I travel wide. I have seen security. We don't want security problem in Ibadan. I'm telling you, when they come to claim, I see people like me, I travel wide. So when he comes and begins to paint a picture, I'm not always comfortable. Next time, please balance it.
Okay.
Balance it.
Thank you
very much because it's advice. I'm wondering how he would dislodge the back in there.
Okay. All right. I understand the sentiments of Mr. Tonye. I'm going to say it again. We reached out to the PDP publicity secretary and he did not respond to us. I wanted to have two persons in the studio, one from the PDP, one from the APC. The APC man cancelled his program and was here. The PDP has thousands of people that could come to speak, but for whatever reason they had, they decided not to respond to us.
They will run away.
I didn't call into that discussion. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. 080
to Mr. Toye.
97,949.
You have right to your opinion, and some of your sentiments were noted.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. It's Olanrewaju again.
Thank you, Olanrewaju. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, please, I just want to first of all say that your guest has just been so narrative, leaving the points and walking off from the points as a politician.
It is what politicians do.
What the citizenry needs is a kind of educative talk. Now, leaving that, I want to talk about his, projecting his party as being the best. We knew what happened with Alawa Akala. We don't want to be able to see those kind of parts that we think we have left behind. And like I said, all these things are the things that are boiling in the hearts of many people and are projecting the things that we are seeing now. Now, saying that Makinde, I'm not a politician and I don't want to be on anybody's side. What we are requesting from all the people that will take the seats and positions in this country is to see to it that the well-being of every individual, at least a high percentage of individuals, are catered for. Not playing politics with our life, especially when it comes to security. People should leave the politics aside and take to the well-being of the people. Enough is enough. This nation, the way we are going, it should be. Look, the crisis has been there before. Don't even talk about being there now.
Yeah.
The time of Alawa Akala was a time of great fear and horror. So people should stop projecting their candidates as being good.
Okay.
Take care of the citizenry because it cannot go on like this. Take care of it. I'm an activist, I've told you.
Thank
and
you.
we cannot continue to bottle this.
Thank you,
For
Olanrewaju.
too long. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. It's so refreshing to hear the voice of a woman.
Yeah.
One final question for you.
Yeah.
Your party poached Benya Daniel in Ogun State.
He worked with us during the election.
You poached him officially.
Of course.
He has joined you. FFK is about being poached.
I cannot speak of FFK.
That's what I said about. There are
Bully
rumors.
and the likes,
There are rumors about Osita Chidoka, the former Minister of Aviation, joining your party.
Former road safety expert.
Who are you poaching in your state?
We have big fishes already. You can see the PDP are under fire.
Who are you poaching? I have limited time.
I don't want to.
Are you confident?
Very much confident. I don't want to.
There are rumors you are in discussions with Senator Rashidi Ladoja.
I will not reveal that. Baba Ladoja is our leader in Oyo State, critical stakeholder. And he has been with our leader from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu since 1992 as co-senators at the National Assembly on the platform SDP. So we have political relationship. And he was with us in 2011. We had a party of government of unity, accord and what have you. So if we are talking...
Who are you poaching on your state?
I can't reveal that on air, but we are talking. We are engaging ourselves.
We're going to have another conversation in weeks to come, probably before your June Congress in Oyo State.
We are talking. We are engaging.
We will have conversation. I'm going to bring you back to the podium.
Gospel our lives.
You're confident that the Congress of June will not break your party?
It's not about breaking. We are going to have issues. Magnanimity, political bigger picture is the key. And for some of our listeners, there are two characters you are seeing. Aziz Fatah Adeshoka, APC member. And I'm on air as analyst. I will do justice. You cannot expect me. Governor Makinde has not been off being a firm person we knew during the election campaigns. It's our duty to charge him up to do more for the state. And for Tony, that has sentiment, our name is Ndibo. We are coming back to you.
Honorable Fatah Adeshoka, thank you for your time on the podium.
It's always a pleasure, my brother. Thanks for having me.
HEZEKIAH Oluwaseun AKINRINDE is signing out this morning. I worked with Kayode Obishe, so special thanks to my executive producers, Tayo Ogwade and Samuel Akinton. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., I return to the airwaves with Gospel Cruise. I wish you a beautiful weekend. Good morning.
We can bet that you've never listened to radio like this before.
You can bet that you've never listened to radio like this before. It's the voice of